Bicycling is booming in Louisville and around the world. It's gaining popularity as a recreational sport and, just as importantly, as a transportation option. In the face of rising fuel prices, increasing traffic congestion, and enhanced environmental awareness, the bicycle has emerged as the vehicle of choice for urban residents who are looking for a way out of their cars for at least part of the year.
Well, there's generally speaking two different types of cycling. There's recreational cycling and there's commuter cycling. And recreational cycling has been popular throughout the nation's history. People get on their bikes, they ride to a park, they ride in a park, they ride on a path for exercise or just to get out and be in the fresh air. Now, commuter cycling is really a whole different animal because not only does it put you in a different part of the infrastructure, it puts you on the roadway in most cases because that's where most people's destinations lie. It serves a whole gamut of different purposes in terms of why we encourage it in the city. Ultimately, it has the potential to reduce traffic congestion because every individual that rides their bicycle to work or to the store or to school or whatever is one less car that's on the road, especially during rush hour. That, of course, can make a difference. There have been many studies conducted that show that employees who ride their bicycles to work are more productive and have higher morale, which improves employee retention rate for businesses.
A bicycle commuter in a bicycle-friendly Louisville is anyone and everyone who wishes to spend the few extra minutes it takes to become their vehicle's engine. The human engine uses no gas, creates no pollution, and, quite unlike the engine in your car, it actually gets stronger each time it's used. There is nothing like the satisfaction of making a trip you would normally drive for work or play on your bicycle. Most trips made in Louisville are only a few miles, a distance which can easily be traveled by bike, what regular riders call the no-sweat zone. Every TARC bus in the city is equipped with bike racks, making it easy to cover longer distances without a car or to escape a surprise rainstorm. Even if it is theoretically easy to go the distance on your bicycle, Louisville Metro is working to make it easier for everyone of any age or skill level to ride their bikes to work, to school, to the store, or to just ride.
If you drive or bike around Louisville, you've probably seen, especially in the old city, that there are a lot of bike lanes going in on the street. And what a bike lane is a piece of pavement, it's 4 to 6 feet wide generally, that is dedicated for the exclusive use of bicycles. Cars aren't allowed to park in it, they're not allowed to drive in it. And the purpose of a bicycle lane is to create a safe haven for cyclists that might not feel comfortable riding in traffic.
Many people choose not to ride their bikes for a lot of reasons. Whether it's they feel it's too dangerous to ride with traffic, or it's too far to get there in time, or even if they just think it's too cold or too wet to ride comfortably. Louisville is doing many things to help new and returning cyclists to overcome these perceived obstacles.
Mayor Everson has been really instrumental in what we've been doing in the bike program in Louisville. One of the main things that you see on the road are the bike lanes that we're putting down. We have about 7 miles of bike lanes now, which doesn't sound like much, but when you get on the road, every foot that you have a bike lane and you have some kind of buffer from traffic is helpful and something to be grateful for. And we're putting down approximately 3 to 4 miles a year at this rate, and hopefully that'll increase in the future.
Whenever a road is repaved and it is possible and beneficial to install a bike lane, the city or state will install one.
Ideally, we would have a bike lane on every street, but there's simply not enough room on our roadways to do that. We will put a bike lane, of course, wherever we can ultimately, but to complement those have to be an effective network of shared use paths which connect parks and go through parks as well, and also hopefully serve commuter destinations to supplement the bike lane network, as well as marking and signing roadways which don't have room for bike lanes in a way that lets motorists and cyclists know that cyclists are welcomed and encouraged there.
New trails are being built in a new 100-mile metro loop. These loops will eventually encircle the entire county and tie into residential neighborhoods.
Ever since the mayor started all this, it's just been great. You know, I mean, there's been a big difference. It's gotten 100% better since about a year and a half, I guess. But just recently, it's been, you know, it's the high profile of the whole program that's been implemented is a real good idea, I think. It'd be great if everybody drove their bikes to work, you know.
Commuter cyclists, because most of their destinations and origins begin and end on roadways and not on parks or paths, they have a different set of needs in terms of the infrastructure. And that's why we're focusing on bike lanes, especially in the downtown, because people that are going to be riding to work downtown are going to find themselves, especially during rush hour, on busy roads with a lot of traffic, and the bike lane is a way to provide them a safe route to their workplace.
Many people have the image of bicycle commuters or geared-up athletes on road bikes braving the dangers of the mean streets.
Riding in a bike lane right next to a lane of parked cars, you might find that motorists open their doors into the bike lane just because they're not used to the fact that there might be a bicyclist running right into the path of their open door. And that's not anything malicious on the part of a driver, but it's just the fact that commuter bicycling in Louisville is a fledgling sport, if you will. And people aren't aware of all of the issues that affect bicycling because most people haven't taken to the road on a bicycle and they're not aware of what it's really like. So part of becoming a bicycle-friendly community and our vision for the future is having a community where motorists are genuinely aware of bicyclists on the road, where they're watching out for them, where they know how to treat them courteously, and where the bicyclists show the motorists the same respect. It's a give-and-take situation of courtesy. We have to have drivers that are aware of the fact that bicyclists have a legal right to the road and that they have a legal responsibility to treat them courteously and to give them adequate passing distance, to not cut in front of them and make right turns in front of them and all the other sort of dangers and hazards that cyclists find on the road.
The Louisville Metro Police Department is stepping up its enforcement of traffic laws regarding cyclists, since cyclists share the same rights and responsibilities as motorists. Advertising campaigns and promotional programs will continue to increase public awareness that our streets are for everyone, cyclists and motorists alike.
A big part of what we're trying to do in this coming year is to launch a public education campaign to let motorists know that cyclists are allowed to be wherever they need to be in order to feel safe on the road, and they have to yield to them and they have to treat them like any other motor vehicle. So public awareness is a major part of this effort.
As our city continues to create new bike lanes and paths and to increase awareness of cyclists' rights to every road and motorists' responsibility to share them, we will eventually achieve our goal of becoming a genuinely bicycle-friendly community.
The Bike Louisville office is part of Louisville Metro Planning and Design, located in the Metro Development Center at 444 South 5th Street. If you would like more information on bicycling initiatives, contact our bicycle and pedestrian coordinator at 574-0104 or log on to louisvilleky.gov.
Metro TV, a public service of Louisville Metro government.